Hello, hello. Welcome to the Night Storm. We are continuing our Forming the USA Empire series in Victoria 2. So let's quickly do a recap of what happened last couple of episodes. We just finished a successful war against, believe it or not, England, Great Britain actually, or the United Kingdom. Yeah, there's three names for this, and I'm not sure exactly what the difference is. I know England is more medieval, and then you have um, Great Britain, and then you have the United Kingdom. I'm not really sure. I think that Great Britain is more after, during World War I, World War II, and then I think United Kingdom is between Great Britain and England. But I think today it's back to England. I really don't know. Or is it just the UK? I have no idea. I definitely will search that up and find out which one of those three names are accurate for today, and when what's the history between them. So, but we've just gotten into a successful war with them, and I think again the weakness with the UK is that they're just so dispersed. They have lands all over the place, and so it's literally impossible to manage everything at once. And even the AI is having trouble doing it, which really says something. So what I want to do, believe it or not, is I want to start colonizing Africa. And I think the first thing I could do is I could go ahead and invade Sokoto here, take a bunch of their lands, and then I could use some of my colonial power to send some colonies over here. Because right now, um, I need to do a couple of different things, a couple of different research slots, but that's going to take me a while, and I want to do it as much as possible. So what I could do is I could start a war with. I mean, technically, I could uh declare war on Liberia over here and see if I can annex them that way. Huh. It says I cannot declare war on them. Excuse me. Declaring war will allow our troops to attack theirs. Wars will continue until either party senators. We are not allowed to declare war against satellites or dominions. I might declare war on them just because. Or should I just declare war on Sokoto here? We have a lot of infamy. So we're definitely going to wait for that to settle down before we do any war declaring. We have a couple of reforms. We could do this one. Okay. Um all right. How's our military doing? We sort of are over our supply limit in a way. We're still building a lot more. Where are our troops, by the way? Oh, yeah, some of them are still over here. Did we demobilize? Oh, we didn't. Okay, now we're demobilizing. We'll send you guys over here. I have 2 frigates here. What about Hawaii? Hawaii is under my sphere, right? Yes. All right, let's see who else I can get under my sphere. Because ideally, I want as many people as possible under my sphere. Uh-oh, the France is starting to influence the USCA. We got to be a little bit careful of that. Who else can we sphere? Who has a friendly opinion of us? Nobody. All right, let's see who we get sphere here. I definitely. Do we have Colombia sphered? Colombia is sphered, Ecuador is sphered, Brazil is sphered. And we have an alliance with all of these. We don't have an alliance with Hawaii, but I think Hawaii is a very small nation that, although actually, they have a higher score than Colombia or something. So let's form an alliance with Hawaii. They will not accept. Why won't they accept? right? We have an alliance with Bolivia, Brazil, yes. Huh. Who can we form an alliance with? What about Peru or Bolivia? Bolivia's under our sphere. That's good. Peru's allied with Argentina. Argentina's allied with Peru and Paraguay. Hmm. So, this is the interesting thing. Europe, in this case, really has Africa to do all their colonization. But we, historically, we have South America to do our colonization. Although we didn't really colonize, but we sort of influenced the nations and everything. But I kind of don't want to do the South American route. It's a bit boring. I want to go to Africa and really start to get some of these places here. Like I want to focus on Africa. I want to sort of influence Brazil, but not really just straight up go in and invade them. So I think what we'll do is we'll just try to influence as much of South America as possible, and then we can go to Africa and colonize. Sorry, and this is part of Ecuador. But what I do want to do, I want to grab some land over here. Something. Well, obviously Cuba. I have. Do I have cores on there? Yes, I do have cores on Cuba over here, which I will obviously get. I'm going to need to go into a war with Spain very soon. Something that I also need to do is I need to ally myself with any great power. France, I could ally myself with France. Russia's probably a good one. Austria. Which would be the best nation to ally myself with? And which nation would go to war with me with Spain? That's the question. I need a nation that will go to war with me if I go to war with Spain. They're allied with Morocco and oh no, they have Morocco and Portugal as their sphere. Yeah, I mean, oh, I can't really check Spain's own opinion of other countries, but I think in this case, there's a 101 here. There's 106, and then there's 152. The Russian Empire might be a good ally. The only problem is the only problem with Russia is they're so far away. They probably would not help me at all in any wars, unless maybe in the Pacific here. But I mean, sending their troops all throughout over here is just impossible. So right now I'm stuck between France, Austria, or Germany. Germany's allied to the UK, so if I ally with Germany, they're not going to help me fight the UK. What about Austria? Austria is a good candidate, except that its military is not the best, but they do have a lot of spheres. I think Austria might be a good bet. And they're allied with a lot of these other smaller European nations over here. Yeah, I think Austria is a good bet. France is second best, but we're gonna have to increase our opinion for a bit just because they have negative relations. And in fact, they are. Oh, they're not allied with Russia. Okay. And another thing that's good about Russia is I can actually come down over here and go to war with France. Because if I allied myself with France, France is going to start eating a big portions of this, and that might not be a good thing when I'm trying to get into Africa as well. So let's go ahead and just ally ourselves with Austria. Will they accept an alliance? They will not accept. Why? I have a lot of infamy. Yeah, that's a big one. So let's just go ahead and increase relations with them. And then we can increase the relation in 1855, March 1855. All right. Sorry if I keep moving the camera down just because my iPad is the webcam and it's very big, so it takes up a portion of my screen. So we do have some rebel factions that are forming. But they're still pretty low, which is good. I have a 30 over here. What's the problem with these? Why are they red? Okay. You're going over here. I should probably just make you sit, I guess, over there. Alright, I have 26 of you here, which is great. I'll definitely start building up my navy also. That's going to be an important thing. So let's go ahead and unpause. Let's look at our production. We have a couple of bankrupt factories. Yikes. Should I just open them? Let's open them and let's set high priority to higher. Let's open you up. Let's open you up. You're done for. And let's just subsidize all of them, I guess. Except you don't need to get subsidized. You. Alright, we'll subsidize you. We do have a couple of railroads to build. Sure. 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 More railroads. Yep. Build as many railroads as possible. And we just gotta wait for my infamy to drag down before we could actually do anything. Get a bunch of those railroads built. Sure. So I'm still making some troops. I have the rally point set over here. Yep. Is that the only rally point? Okay, that's fine. So just everybody go over there. Oops. Wrong button. Sit over there. Make it over there. And you guys are still coming down from the south over here. Alright, let's merge you guys first, actually. I'm gonna send you here. Okay. So I wonder what the penalty is for going over our force limit. I mean, it is going up now, which is good. Our tax efficiency is still low. It's still the same. I wonder what I think the effective tax is what changes. I mean, you could have an effective tax that's higher than your tax efficiency, because this is just a slider telling you how much of your effective tax um, do you want to tax, essentially. So I have a maximum effective tax of 36%, and according to the slider, I slid it all the way to maximum, which is 100%, but I'm only getting 100% of that 37%, which is a bit confusing. I don't know why they didn't do this right here, which they could just put a bump here to show you that, all right, you can only tax at 36 or something like that. We're giving a lot of loans, which is good. Taking any loans? We're not really spending any money, right? For social spending, yeah, it says 0 over here. Okay, cherry cost. Industrial subsidies. Cost of government subsidizing of factories. National cash reserves will be used to help factories buy goods needed and pay workers' salaries. I'm not using any. I thought I ticked some over here, but I guess that's not working. Let's increase tariffs to 15%. Defense spending. Defense spending goes toward paying your soldiers and officers, excuse me. Plus rates to fill our national stockpile. All right, I guess we could lower this down. And then we're net positive. All right, so this is good. Education, I guess we'll increase that, and we're still a little bit positive. Okay, that's fine. And I definitely want to get a navy going, so let's build some navies. I mean, I could build some man of wars, but I feel like they might go pretty. They might go obsolete very relatively quickly because they're still like the old fashioned ships with the sails. There's probably no engine in them. Yeah, there's obviously no engine. But then we have these modern ones, these steam ships that we can start building. We could build some more raiders, I guess. Which don't really, only have a one supply weight greater than the man of war. So we could just build a bunch of these. New Orleans, Tampa, Shore. How about I build some over here? Do I have any military base here? Or I'm sorry, not military base, naval base? I don't. So Copperheads. The Copperheads were a group of Democrat. All right, so this pop-up came up before, but I never really understood what it said, and I think I just clicked on a random one. So let me try to understand what it's saying. The Copperheads were a group of Democrats in the northern United States who, during the Civil War, opposed the war and favored a peace settlement with the South. The moniker came originally from Unionists, likening them to poisonous snakes, but it soon struck home with the Copperheads themselves. While there is no war yet, there is staunch resistance to abolitionism within some Democratic cities in Traverse City. Stepping up the local political campaign could probably neutralize them, but only at the cost of offending Southern sentiments. Doing this means we try to suppress them. So the Copperheads try to make a peace deal with the United States. They're still Democrats. They still favored slavery. It's just they didn't want war. They wanted a peace deal. But what if we didn't accept the peace deal? I mean, then we would certainly have to go to war. Yeah, I'm still not exactly sure. Let's just suppress them. American Anti-Slavery Society. Yes, let's leave them be. A Southern Belle, clad in her white dress, strolling down the streets of Chattanooga, her radiance, nobility, and simple beauty churns heads, speaking her gentleness, kindness, hospitality, and accent, all draped in the favors of magnolias, soft cotton, and southern verandas. Do the same. Virtue, honor, and dignity in manifest form. Such are the women of the South. A toast to Dixie. To our knights or to our southern laborers? Craftsmen, capitalists, craftsmen, laborers. Let's just do the capitalists. So we have a couple of unemployed people here. I wonder if I go to this screen if an event will pop up here. All right, we'll see. We have a couple of unemployed people. Where are the unemployed? 42 unemployed. So yeah, guys. Oh, we definitely needed like another factory. I mean, I can't expand this factory. Let's expand this one. Let's expand this one. Leave them be. Any factories that I guess are maxed out, we can expand them. We can expand you. Okay, so we'll do that. A couple of projects here. Yeah, we don't have the steel and the cement required. Oh, and I drained all my cash. I gotta be careful. Alright, so my unit is back up. Let's just have you stay there. We have an alliance from Peru. Huh. Peru. Who are you allied to? Argentina. You're not at war with anybody and you're offering me an alliance, which means that you might go to war with somebody relatively soon. Hopefully it's not somebody else in my sphere. I'm trying to think. If we... Hmm. If we go to war with Peru, let's say. Let's look at the RGO output to see what... if they have any good resources. They have some steel here. Some coal. Yeah, I think the resources in Africa are a little bit better. Some timber, some coal, some fish. There's some coffee beans over there. You know, the South America actually has much better resources than Africa. I kind of want to go to war with Peru. So let me decline their alliance. Who are they allied to? Argentina. So let me try to get Argentina in my sphere just so that um they don't join. I mean, I'm assuming if they're in my sphere, then that's it. I control. They can't ally themselves with anybody. They'll not accept an alliance. So let's go ahead and just increase that out. Nobody's competing with me, right? Okay, so let's just leave that like that. Yeah, so let's get Argentina, and I don't think Peru's allied to anybody else, right? And I definitely want to go to war with Chile also. Let's look at the RGO output. Yeah, they have a lot of steel, which is what I want. And some precious metals. Yep, we'll do that. We'll go to war with Peru, Chile, and then we'll expand it to Africa. I mean, Africa, I'm mainly doing it just so that I can get huge swaths of land in this massive continent. But the resources, unfortunately, is pretty abysmal. And there isn't any more slave. Well, I can't really import any more, although there is a slave map. Right? There is like a... Yeah, I really can't see where the slaves are, but there is something that shows me the slaves. All right, so we'll end the episode here. We'll continue next episode. We'll try to go to war with Peru, and we'll try to colonize Africa as well as take over Spanish Cuba. And I'm positive Spain may get bumped down, or it may even lose great power status, in which it'll be extremely easy for me to get them. So we'll see you guys next episode. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Stay